Democrats are worried about Kamala Harris. Maryland Representative Jamie Raskin declined to label Vice President Kamala Harris as President Biden's optimal running mate for the forthcoming 2024 elections during an interview with CNN's Jake Tapper. Maryland Representative Jamie Raskin declined to label Vice President Kamala Harris as President Biden's optimal running mate for the forthcoming 2024 elections during an interview with CNN's Jake Tapper. Tapper pressed Raskin after former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi refrained from endorsing Harris as the top pick for Biden's running mate. Not exactly a ringing endorsement. Do you think Vice President Kamala Harris is the best running mate for President Biden, and what do you make of Speaker Pelosi's answer there? Tapper questioned. Raskin refrained from a definitive endorsement but lauded Harris as an excellent running mate. He then redirected the discussion, suggesting Tapper himself as a potential VP candidate. Tapper persisted, urging Raskin for a clear answer on whether Harris was the best choice. Raskin stated he hadn't seen any polling to determine her viability as a running mate. Pelosi also evaded a direct answer regarding Harris as the ideal running mate, emphasizing that President Biden believed she was the right choice. These discussions come amid dwindling approval ratings for Vice President Harris. An NBC News poll in June recorded her as having the lowest approval rating for a modern vice president, with only 32% of registered voters expressing a positive view of her. Crushing polls, public doubts about Kamala Harris's performance. A recent CBS News/YouGov poll delved into the public's opinion of Harris, and the results were less than encouraging. According to the survey, 42% of Americans felt that Harris's performance in her role made them think worse of the Biden administration, while only 18% believed it had a positive effect. The breakdown along party lines was stark, with 76% of Republicans expressing a negative view of Harris's impact, compared to just 41% of Democrats who viewed her positively. Diminished Democrat enthusiasm. Furthermore, the poll revealed that only 30% of Democrats expressed enthusiasm about Harris as Biden's running mate. While a majority of Democrats were satisfied with her on the ticket, the number of enthusiastic Kamala Harris supporters had dwindled significantly from the time Biden initially selected her in 2020, dropping from 58% to the current 30%. While the focus has often been on the potential scenario where Harris would ascend to the presidency, assuming Biden seeks re-election, the more immediate concern is how voters' perceptions of Harris might impact the Democratic ticket. Republicans and conservative media have frequently raised the possibility of Harris replacing the nation's first 80-year-old president. Former 2024 GOP candidate Nikki Haley has routinely voiced her concerns, stating earlier this week, "We will be in a world of hurt if Kamala Harris becomes president." In response, Harris dismissed such concerns as Republican fear, asserting that their attacks stem from their anxiety over the accomplishments of the Biden administration.